Hello, welcome. Today I thought I would walk you through my routine of transferring an Alocasia from whatever soil they come in into pond. I picked up this cutie Alocasia Mellow at my local favorite plant shop, Plantiitas. It has two plants and I can see 3 corms in the surface. So yeah, I used to be a big promoter of do not unpot a plant when you first get it if it absolutely doesn't need it. And then even when I discovered pond, I would wait for the plant to acclimate to my space before I would start the transition. But eventually it just, soil is not it for me for alocasias. So I just started the transfer immediately when I bring them into my space. So that's what we're gonna do here. So it probably won't go into pond today, but I got another Alocasia. Today's Monday. I received another one on Thursday that I started the transition then. So it's been 4-ish days since, and she is ready to be transferred into pond. So I figured I would show you the first part with this Mellow, and then the second part with the other one. And we are in my kitchen because the seedling trays are right behind you, and I often have to rinse the roots just to make sure that I get all the soil off. So it just seemed like the easiest place to be at. So I hope this sounds good to you, and let's get into it. You may not believe me, but the only reason I really got the Mellow is because I've been struggling so much with my Maharani. Not that I don't like the Mellow, I think it's beautiful, but I do think it's very, like the Maharani and the Mellow look a lot alike. The biggest difference is the veining. The veining on the Mellow is darker, whereas the Maharani is lighter, and I think the Maharani has the purple backs, whereas I'm not sure that the Mellow does. But anyway, they're very, very closely related. The Mellow is a parent of the Maharani, but I've been struggling with my Maharani pretty much since spring. So I do have some corms actually that just sprouted, so it's not like I'm losing the plant, and it actually just started giving me a new leaf, but I miss how beautiful my Maharani was, and so when I saw this, it was like, let's just go for it. Okay, so this little 4-inch was $14. They had a ton of them. Some of them had 3 plants. This was just the one that I thought cutest for me. It's not ideal that it has a new leaf emerging, but that's okay. I would, if that leaf is going to be stunted, but overall it's going to be healthier in the long run, that makes more sense for me. So I just, when I bring them home, actually this has been home here since yesterday. So when I bring them home, I just bring them out of, is today Monday? Yes, today is Monday. I just get them out of the pot, and I'll take a look at the roots real quick. They look really healthy. Wow, I actually see quite a bit of corms and a huge one right here. So we'll remove the corms. There's a lot of little ones in the surface, but we're not going to do anything with those. But we'll remove all the bigger corms, and then we'll put them in my seedling tray, and yeah. So I just start gently loosening up the soil. Oh, the little corm already fell, one of the little ones. So whatever falls off naturally first, I try to do that as much as I can. Oh my gosh, this is a meaty one. You see that? I've noticed, I keep saying this, use gloves when you are handling corms with your alocasias. I've gotten the bad allergic reaction, like the itchiness, burning, twice now, but both times was with black velvet corms. So I wonder if those are it. Oh, there's actually a sponge plug right in the middle right here. So that's going to be a little challenging to remove, but that's okay. We have patience. I feel like I just dropped another corm. This corm is massive. I think that's another thing I really like about alocasias is that they're the plant that comes with insurance a lot of times. Like this is a fairly small plant and look at all of those corms. Already I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This sponge plug in the middle is hardy. This is actually different. It doesn't look like a net. Oh, it is a net. Okay. A mesh. The mesh are a lot easier to remove in my experience than the sponge. So you can kind of just rip the net off. Like so. Oh, there's a meaty corm in here. Yeah, once you rip the mesh, then the inside soil just usually tends to start falling right off, which is easy. Don't be afraid if you lose some roots. Just, I mean, be as careful as you can, but some root loss is completely fine. Look at this. So for example, see, another corm. So these two plants seem to be pretty married to each other, so I'm going to just leave them together and not bother that. And now once it's like this, I have majority of the soil off, I will take it over to the sink. I do place a strainer to catch all of the soil that's gonna fall off, and I'm gonna rinse it off and I'll come back and I'll show you what they look like. I'm back and the root system is very, very nice. This is one of the nicest root systems I've seen on an aloe, like fresh off the soil. I think I'm going to just pot it into pond, which isn't what I normally do. I have done this with anthuriums and caletheas with great success, like no speed bumps, so the plants just keep growing and everything's great. I haven't done it with alocasias, but I think I'm gonna try it. This is a clear inner pot, so I'll be able to monitor the roots. And if something starts, you know, kind of going wrong, I can quickly just remove it and do what I usually do, which is either put them in water or in fluvole stratum to rehab. Plus, I have lots of insurance with the corm, so I think I'm gonna do that. I really love these pots for alocasias and anthuriums in particular because they are taller and they have the clear inner pot. They work on a wick system, so I'll need to add that in. But these are custom 3D printed from a fellow plant lover, and she also sells really beautiful variegated alocasias, or rare plants I should say, but she has a lot of very beautiful super rare unicorn alocasias that I'm always just like drooling over. But yeah, she custom 3D prints. They come together, like it's a whole thing. So if you wanted to check her out, I'll make sure to link her down below. So yeah, let's pot her up. So I just add the wick and then I just place it inside the catch pot. Here is my pond. I'm using Lechuza pond. And then we will just drop our plant. That's the ice maker on the refrigerator if you can hear it. Doesn't she look cute? Love it. This is my nutrient-rich cocktail. I've said this before, but even though Lechuza Pond comes with slow-release fertilizer, I always fertilize right away with my nutrient-rich cocktail, and I haven't noticed any issues. Quite the opposite. Anything that I have in pond seems to do really well. So here she is. She's all ready. I think she looks so cute. This is for sure gonna go in my office. It'll go, so I'm thinking, you know, my window where I have the window shelves and then I added that console underneath. That's gonna be like Alocasia Hoya Central. So it's gonna go in that area, but I think she's so cute. Let's pot up the other one and I'll talk a little bit more about that in-between process I usually do, and then we will take care of the corms. This is the Alocasia I got last Thursday. I got her from a local seller. I'll link her below. She does a lot of she does local markets, but then she also does Instagram sales. This is an Alocasia Heterophylla or Dragon's Breath? Dragon's Tooth? I'll have to confirm because I'm confused now. I've seen this around for a while and I've always passed it up because I didn't think I liked it, but then I received it and I love it. The color is stunning. And the thing is, I have seen this in person before, but I've never seen one quite like this. So it arrived last Thursday and I removed all the soil, what you saw me do with the Mellow off screen. It had quite a few corms, so I harvested and they're in one of the seedling trays and I placed it in fluval stratum. The root system wasn't, I think the root system on the Mellow is larger than the root system that I saw on this. But I usually would place them in water for like 3 to 5 days. But I figured why not do just fluval stratum off the bat since we already know that fluval stratum is amazing for alocasias. So that's what I did. And I can see new roots. Don't know if the glare is gonna let you see, but there's new roots already just in the last, what is this, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 4-ish days. So, and the plant looks great. This leaf was new and it's unfurled very nicely and looks really healthy. So I deemed this ready to be transitioned into pond. I don't like to leave them in that transitional period of water or fluval stratum for too long unless they need to rehab. So 3 to 5 days for me is plenty of time to know if the plant is kind of struggling or not doing well in the transition. So yeah, if it's, you know, by day 5, I really try to move them out and not keep them in there longer because then they're transitioning all over again, so to speak. What I mean by that is I don't want them to get accustomed to like, now you're growing in water sort of thing, and then it's a transition into pond, which is a pretty easy one, but a transition nonetheless. So I like to keep that transition period small as long as the plant is doing well. Another thing is I don't usually reuse fluval stratum. It just breaks down so quickly and easily. But this has only been in use for 4 days. It's still very good, so I will be reusing this one. See what I mean? This root system is quite conservative for the size of this plant in comparison to the Mellow. But that's okay. She seems to be doing well. Something I am a stickler about is removing all of the fluval stratum because it does become quite pasty as it breaks down. So I don't want that like attached to the roots if I can help it. I'm going to be using the same kind of pot. Let me add the wick. And here she is. She's so pretty. She's also gonna go in my office and somewhere in that little area. Haven't decided where, but I think I need some of those like octopus pin support things for this aloe. But maybe also once it starts having like a specific light source, it'll kind of start facing maybe more so one direction. But this is what she looks like, and she's so cute. The color, again, I'm really in awe at how beautiful this color is. Again, I've seen them before, but I've never seen one quite like this. So I'm super excited to have her too. Okay, let's just take care of the corms. I'll add them into one of my seedling trays that has some space. I'll be using some of this fluval stratum that this was in, and then we'll be all set. Turns out all my seedling trays are completely full. I thought I had some room, but I guess not. So I'm bringing in a new one. I am gonna use the little dividers since it's only 5 of these. So I guess I will fill the fluval stratum first, and then I will peel the corms and we'll get them put in there. Let me see if I can bring you a little lower so you can see a little better. Sometimes if you just kind of squeeze, then they will start to peel. This was actually really easy. And then I'll just place them right in there. There was actually 7 of them. One is itty bitty, so I'm not holding my breath or anything, but you know, I might as well give it a try. And even though the fluval stratum is hydrated, I am gonna add just a little bit more water before I close up the lid. I will have these vents completely closed, and I will set this up over with its other friends. Oh, actually I wanted to add a label. All done. This is gonna be it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I'd love it if you gave me a thumbs up. I would love it if you joined me and subscribed so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'll make sure I link anything that I used down below. And I look forward to chatting with you soon. Bye.